"This meeting is over," he said coldly. Waving off the papers on the table, the Arab billionaire's footsteps echoed through the marble lobby, each step sharper than the last. But before he could reach the door, a small voice called out, in perfect Arabic. He froze, turned, and saw a 6-year-old standing beside her father, clutching a crayon in one hand and a piece of paper in the other. The sun glinted off the mirrored skyscrapers of downtown, reflecting into the glass-walled boardroom of Al Sayed International. From the top floor, the city looked small, a reminder of the power held here. Michael James sat at one end of the impossibly long conference table, palms damp, his proposal neatly stacked in front of him. Every word, every figure had been checked 100 times. This was it, the meeting that could save his small design company from collapse. And the man sitting across from him was one of the most influential investors in the Middle East, Khalid. Al Sayed, a billionaire with a reputation for two things: making the impossible happen and cutting people off without mercy if they wasted his time. Khalid wore a tailored charcoal suit, gold cufflinks catching the light, his dark eyes sharp and focused. But Michael could tell within 10 minutes that something was wrong. Khalid's questions became shorter. His assistants exchanged glances. And then the words Michael dreaded. "Mr. James," Khalid said, rising to his feet, "you have passion. But passion is not enough. Your plan is unpolished. I do not have time for what is not ready." Michael's chest tightened. This deal was his last chance. Without it, his business would fold within months, and with it, the dream he had promised. His daughter after her mother's passing. Khalid turned toward the door, his assistants moving with him like a tide. The weight in the room shifted. The meeting was over. Michael felt the air leave his lungs. He wanted to speak, to beg for another moment, but the words tangled in his throat. And then, the quiet scrape of a chair broke the silence. Emma, Michael's 6-year-old daughter, had been sitting at the far end of the table, coloring quietly in a notebook while her father spoke. She hopped down from the chair, her pigtails swaying, and called out in a clear, confident voice, "Shukran. Jazilan, Saidi." "Thank you very much, sir." The effect was immediate. Khalid stopped mid-stride, his shoulders stiffening. Slowly, he turned, his gaze falling on the tiny girl standing in the vast glass-walled room. "You speak Arabic?" he asked, his voice softer. Now Emma nodded, her eyes bright. "A little. Daddy teaches me new words every night before bed." Khalid glanced at Michael, his expression unreadable. "And where did you learn them?" Emma's voice dropped. "My mommy? She used to speak it. But she's in heaven now." Michael swallowed hard. "My wife, Layla, was from Amman, Jordan," he explained. "Before she passed, she taught me some Arabic. I've been teaching Emma so she remembers her roots." Something shifted in Khalid's face, a flicker of recognition, maybe even respect. He stepped closer, crouching down so he was eye level. "With Emma in my country," he said in Arabic, "we have a saying, a person who knows 2 languages lives 2 lives. Emma tilted her head. "I think I like living 2 lives." Khalid chuckled, the stern edge in his voice melting. He straightened and looked back at Michael. "You value heritage," he said, "and you teach it to your child. This tells me you understand more than numbers and charts. You understand people." Michael met his gaze, unsure where this was going. Khalid paused, then smiled faintly. "Bring me your proposal tomorrow morning. We will go through it again, line by line. You will have my attention." Michael exhaled for the first time in minutes. "Thank you," he said quietly. As Khalid walked away, his assistants exchanged surprised looks. It was rare, unheard of, even for him to grant a second meeting. When the elevator doors closed behind the billionaire, Michael knelt beside Emma. "Do you realize what you just did?" Emma shrugged, a shy smile on her face. "I just said." "Thank you." Michael pulled her into a hug. Sometimes that's all it takes. Respect in someone's own language is more than words. It's a bridge, a gesture that says, "I see you, I value you." And sometimes It's enough to turn endings into beginnings. What's one word you've learned in another language that means the most to you? Share it in the comments. Subscribe for more inspiring, emotional stories that prove small moments can change everything.